be brought back. And then after Repo Man, there was a comic book called Watchmen, where they really made a big deal out of the smiley face. And then the E thing came, and then the smiley face was back, and so we don't need to worry. It's okay, now it's safe.
I thought it was absolutely brilliant how you incorporated the Hispanic characters in the composite of the picture. Anyone from Los Angeles knows they're like part of the fabric. Whose idea was that to bring in the Rodriguez brothers and the Hispanic guys? I mean,
it was just natural because it seemed that's what the city is like, you know. I mean, this is Latino City, right? So,
yeah, we were the few that ever captured it, and it added magic to you.
Thank you very much.
And look who's our mayor now. It took 25 years.
Question for Dick Rude, who is magnificent in the film. You had a very Cagney-esque thing going on. Was that conscious or subconscious? But you had a white heat kind of thing going on. It was really radical.
Cagney was a great influence for me. So yeah. Who's tougher than Cagney?
You.
I was kind of curious where you guys got your input for the actual realistic repossession. Actual real repossession. There's one scene in the movie where Emilio is dropped off in a bus. It was literally across the street from my repossession office, where we really do repossessions. I was kind of curious where you got that real input from.
When I researching the script, I worked for a guy called Mark Lewis, who worked for General Motors Acceptance Corporation. So I actually was his assistant, and when he would rip the cars, I would drive him back to the office. So all of the props and stuff, and a lot of the detail came from Mark and came from his colleagues. So there's authentic repo energy.
Incredible. The industry has changed, but great movie.
I have a friend who'd like to know what the inspiration for the plain wrap food what came from, the plain wrap food can, the plain wrap beer. Was that the original screenplay, or was it the production designer, or who came up with that?
College life.
I think it was, we tried to get product placement. We tried to get like Mickey's Big Mouth and that kind of thing, and they wouldn't give us anything. So in the end, Ralph's supermarket took pity on us, and Ralph's gave us the generics.
Everybody wrote the script and said no.
Yeah, that's classic. Thank you.
Is that official product placement then? Is that real?
Yeah, that's Ralph's product
That's
placement.
real product placement? Oh. That's real.
And there was also product placement from the Car Freshener Corporation. They gave us 1,000 of those things.
Yeah! Good job! Lead the way.
Yeah, I got a question about, was Chuck Biscuits in the movie? I saw, like, in the credits that said Chuck Biscuits. Was that the same Chuck Biscuits from DOA and the same performer? And secondly, yeah, Danzig, that's right. And secondly,
Yeah, that was Chuck Biscuits, all right.
yeah, I just want to make sure. And the mods that kick Otto's ass, were they a real band?
That was the Untouchables.
Yeah, that's right, huh?
Yeah.
All right, cool, all right.
All right, question for Alex. Has Quentin Tarantino given you proper credit for coming up with so much in Pulp Fiction?
No, but we didn't give credit to Robert Altman for Kiss Me Deadly and all the stuff that we stole from that, so it's okay.
Good job.
Sorry, not Altman, Aldrich, Robert Aldrich.
I've always been curious about the Harry Price posters in the background. Is there more to that story?
Harry Pace, happy face.
I've heard of an urban legend of you guys saying, like Nesmith and you at a table and a bunch of other people saying, whoever can come up with a script first will make that movie. And then you delivered the script for Repo Man. Is that true or false?
That's not true.
I believe the script is written in 14 days. and then they went after him. Right? Okay. 14 days straight.
Hi, my name is Maynard. I was the drag queen in the club scene. And I just want to say thank you for casting me.
You should be up here. Come up here.
Maynard, come here.
Did you guys have any trouble from Scientology about the diuretics thing?
First off, anytime I run into Scientologists and they say, hey, did you ever see Repo Man? And they all say, yes. And they actually think it's funny. So, no, I think it ends up okay for them.
You know the scene where she's torturing Emilio? Actually, when we were shooting that, Tom Cruise came to the set, and he read those lines, the off-screen torture dialogue. But we actually replaced it with Ed Pansulo's dialogue because he was featured.
Yes, John.
Un hombre en su coche. What happened to the Mexican guy that got stuck in the car?
At the beginning?
When he got stuck in the car and he fell in the street. Did he really get hurt?
He dislocated his shoulder. And it was one take, and they kept it. That's in the film. You can see it. If you really watch, you can see the guy got really hurt.
My father!
So
let me clear it up. He broke his pelvis, actually. So I thought it was his pelvis too. But anyway, he was a Greek guy, and actually Alex... Right, but he didn't speak Spanish, and it was done MOS. And this is kind of an Alex Cox story, is that we were shooting the movie, and he says, hey, Dal, I'd always hang around because we wanted to stay awake all night. We didn't want to go back to a day schedule because we shot so much at night. And when he says, come, we're going to go out to the back, and we're going to, remember you were there when because I was there when he got hurt. Everyone felt really bad. And he says, remember, the guy's Greek, and I need you to do his voice. So actually that's my voice, but I didn't have picture. He said, just remember it from when we did it.
So the film is incredibly dense and obviously rewards multiple viewings. How was that intentional? Was that the plan, or is that something that just happened?
I think it's probably just that it went through so many drafts that it got denser and denser, because the first draft only took about 14 days, but then there were 14 drafts altogether, and all of those took about a year, so it probably got denser and denser. There's also going to be a new DVD coming out. Yeah. And it's the same film, but it's gonna have a lot of missing scenes. So like the original death of Archie when he was killed with a bow and arrow by Duke. And a lot of other stuff. Another scene, 2 more scenes of Fox Harris, a new scene with Xander, all kinds of extra stuff. So please buy it and contribute to our retirement.
Okay, Brothers Rodriguez. Question for you. One of the other actors you worked with, I believe, was Eddie Velez. If he were here, what would you want to tell him? Because you guys had such a synergy. I've never seen 2 actors with that kind of synergy before in my life and in a movie. What would you tell him?
I would ask him, because he has a really good agent, and my agent dumped me last week, if he could give me a good agent. And I would hope he would help me. Eddie! Eddie!
All right, we have time for one more question, but I want it to be the most amazing question. So if you have a half-assed question, don't even step up to this microphone. All right?
How'd you get it funded?
No, that's not good enough. Don't answer that question. Then you got to step up to the microphone. All right, it's one more question here for the cast and crew of Repo Man. And I'm even holding back my question for Cy Richardson about the fairy godmother and Cinderella. I'll talk to you about that later. But anybody else, step up to the microphone, please.
Here it comes. Okay, he's got it.
Okay, one thing that I was really concerned about, I heard in the commentary that someone got really mad about the money that was thrown out of the Camaro by Cy Richardson. What is the story with that? I heard there was big trauma.
My nephew, he lives in Chicago, went to see the movie. After the movie was over with, he was in a bar and his friends were talking about the fact that this dude threw the money out the car and it was stupid. He started a fight with these guys because they said that I was stupid for throwing the money out.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was it.
All right, we'll do one more. You got one more?
Wasn't good enough.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I present once again the cast and crew of Repo Man. Thanks everybody for coming out and joining us for a really great time here in Repo Country. You guys be safe and be careful driving out. Everybody take their time. And thanks again.